deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God who claims small, does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
Hello, everyone. All right, so today we're going to be starting a new podcast. I am Dara. This is
Sahmanoy.
And together we decided to come up to make a podcast called R.I.S.E. And R.I.S.E. is an acronym that represents reflect, inquire, support, and elevate. And based off of what topic we're going to be discussing weekly, we're going to be going through these steps. We're going to be talking about the reflection of what it is that we're discussing. Then we're going to investigate and inquire about it. And then we're going to support each other and support others to figure out how we can elevate from this emotion or from these things that we're discussing. So that's R.I.S.E. We're going to be on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. This is our first video, so it's going to get even better from here. First off, I want to start off with putting us in our hearts. The main thing that this podcast is going to be about is the movement. And the movement is from our heads into our hearts. And so this is about being vulnerable, being real, discussing real topics that we're all facing issues with, that we all need support with, and just coming together as as women, as individuals, to just help others and help them see what we're all going through. We're all going through this together, and we're all one. And how can we support each other, and how can we discuss these things and investigate it and get to the root of it? It's all about getting to the root of it and healing what the problem is. So I'm going to start out with my love tone today. This is 432 hertz, which is the love frequency. So I'm going to play this just to get us in our hearts before we start our topics. All right. So first off, we're going to be doing reflect, which is the beginning of our R.I.S.E. acronym. And we're going to be thinking deeply about this subject that we both wanted to speak about. I think it's something that everybody deals with on some level, whether they admit it or not. But it's something that we all face in our lives, and that a lot of us, if we really think about it, have this deep-rooted belief that I am not enough. So today we want to think deeply about this and reflect on the I am not enough. So first thing I want to do is ask Sakna, when you think about I am not enough, what comes up for you?
When I think about that I'm not enough, what comes to me is as
Go ahead. You're good.
That was it.
I'm gonna keep it.
Okay. So just to let everybody know that my English is not that very good, and sometimes when I talk it doesn't come as clear as people think.
So listen with your heart.
Yeah.
Got it.
But when it comes to thinking that I'm not enough, the first thought that comes to mind is about my parents, how they expected me to be successful in school and do good in school. By that, I take it as I don't make no sense.
So your parents expecting a lot out of you,
Yes.
and putting you up on this, high expectations that you have to meet is a lot of pressure. And when you don't meet all those expectations, it gives us the belief of I'm not enough. I think deep down, the I am not enough comes from all kinds of situations. But I think we all kind of originate with the beginning of the I am not enough belief, whether it's through our parents or one of our parents not being there or not feeling enough for somebody in the family, or in some situation it starts young and then it develops over time, because when we have that belief, now we're going to do everything in our power to prove to ourselves that I am not enough.
Expected more from people.
Mm-hmm. So as you're proving to yourself I'm not enough, you're going to keep bringing situations in your life, whether it's relationships that end badly, that make you feel like you're not enough in the end of them, whether it's jobs that you don't feel like you can meet the expectations of the jobs because you don't feel like you're enough, schooling, whatever situation is, you're going to keep putting yourself learning these lessons of I'm not enough until you get rid of that belief that I'm not enough. So thinking and reflecting about the I am not enough, with having that belief, how do you think that has affected your life?
It affected me by pushing myself to do more to prove to people that I am enough for them, but not for me, Like deep inside of me, I still need to prove to myself that I'm enough. But for now, I just, expect, like, meet other people's expectations.
You're proving to yourself in some way that you're enough by constantly trying to meet these standards instead of actually looking within and knowing that you're enough.
Yeah.
So investigating all that, the root of it is whatever it may be, whatever the start of the I am not enough is, that's not relevant because we all have that beginning. Okay, so whether it's from childhood, whether it's from relationships, whatever it is, the I am enough belief is there. So by understanding the root of it is that we have this belief that I am not enough. Now, as supporting each other, how would we suggest to change that belief? Where do we begin to change the I am not enough? How do we start to really believe that we are enough and to change that conditioning thinking that we're not enough?
Yeah. I would say by just focusing on yourself, like telling yourself that you are enough, having the mindset that you are enough so you can improve to being to the level of enoughness that you want to be. Yeah.
So being easy on yourself.
Yeah.
How you have these high standards, it's learning to be easy with yourself and understanding that you don't have to have that much pressure on you. They don't always have to reach these high standards and these high goals, that you can just be easy on yourself and go at your own pace. So self-care with understanding that being gentle with yourself and showing yourself more love, whether it be with health, eating better, exercise, whatever, more sleep for your body, whatever it is that makes you feel like you're taking care of yourself and your body develops that self-love, which eventually I think will develop the belief system of I am enough. I'm worthy. I deserve a good life. I deserve happiness. I deserve for my dreams to come true. You have to get that conditioning and mindset. I used to do where you go in the mirror and you say every day, I love you, and you just keep saying it until you believe it. You fake it till you make it, which is the best way to start something. At least fake it till you make it. But just doing something, whether it's self-care, whether you wake up and you get some fresh air for a minute and enjoy nature for a second because that feels good to you. Doing something that feels good to you, feels good to your soul, that helps change that belief system of I'm not enough. Because you know what I found? Until you change that belief of I am not enough, what's going to keep happening? You're going to keep proving to yourself that you are not enough. whether it be with people around you in your life, your friends, your relationship, you are going to constantly prove to yourself that I am not enough until you change that belief. So really, life's going to suck until you believe you're worth it. You're going to keep getting lessons to show you that you're not enough until you know that you're enough. Then you're not going to be getting these in your face lessons, or they're not going to affect you that much. They're not going to. So being vulnerable here on this podcast is being able to speak about the things that really put us in our heart space, and that I know everybody else is feeling on some level, and we all go through this, and being able to talk about it and being safe to be able to talk about it. But for me personally, knowing that I have that belief, being on my healing journey that I'm on now, I can feel a huge reaction come up. Any moment, something small and minute that triggers that I am not enough feeling, that it's a huge wound. It's an open wound that we have.
And it also like brings you down.
It affects you dramatically when it shouldn't affect you that dramatically. But because we have an open wound, our whole world's falling apart because we suddenly feel like I'm not enough. And so healing this wound from the root, getting to the root and healing it, and really developing the conditioning and the mindset that we are enough. We are enough. You are enough. Just as you are right now. You are enough. You are perfect. Whether you're fulfilling your dreams or whether you're sleeping on the couch, you are enough right now. It doesn't matter where you're at in your life or what you're doing. You're enough. And you're here in this life to make whatever difference it is, whatever impact it is, but you're here for a purpose, no matter what. And whether that's just living and making someone smile throughout your day, whatever it is, your purpose is to be you and to be the authentic you and to just love yourself. Loving yourself, loving who you are. Because when you love yourself and you go out in public, you don't have to say anything. People can feel that. They're like, man, look at that confidence. Look how much she loves herself. She knows she deserves the world. She's happy. They can sense that and feel that, and you're impacting the world just by doing that. Just by loving yourself, you're impacting everybody around you. So I think really it's about getting to the wound and figuring out why that wound's there and working on the healing for it. And so now we're at the point in the conversation on R.I.S.E. where we elevate. So how can we elevate this belief? How can we change and elevate ourselves to take this belief out of our mindset? So I think for me personally, I'm going to say I don't want any more lessons to show me that I'm not enough. I think I've been through enough to show me that belief isn't. I don't agree with that belief anymore. I know that I'm enough.
If your mindset is enough for you,
yes.
Nobody else going to be coming in your life and telling you.
I don't need somebody to tell me I'm not enough. I need to believe that I am enough, and I don't need to keep learning the lessons anymore. So that motivates me. That motivates me to want to change my belief system and want to love myself more. And really, your whole life changes. Your whole life changes when you love yourself. Everything changes. And all it takes is just loving yourself, knowing you're worthy, knowing you are a sovereign being, a child of the universe, that you deserve the very best life, knowing that you deserve that.
It doesn't matter what anyone else says.
And being confident in knowing it in your heart, in yourself. It doesn't matter what anything happens around you, you know that you are enough. And that's to get to that point. And how do we get to that point? Supporting each other. When you get a tribe, when you have your low days, when you have your depressed days, when you have your moments where, things just feel like they suck, that's when you take and you support each other. You get your tribe, you talk to somebody, you open up, you get from your head into your heart, and you're vulnerable, and you're able to speak about it. And that's the most important thing, is being able to be in your heart space and connect with other people. Because if you think
having positive people around.
Keeping positive people around you. If we think we're the only ones that have that belief system of I'm not enough, it's everywhere. And every woman that I've talked to lately has had some deep-seated belief that they're not enough. It's everywhere. And not only women, men as well. Men as well. There's always some deep root that feels I am not enough. So I think as a people, as a collection, as connecting with others, it's about getting in our heart and realizing that we are enough and supporting each other on that. Yes, we are worthy. When you see someone out and you're out and about and you see that they look down, give them a compliment. It's about spreading the love, spreading that message that you're enough. Tell them that they're beautiful. Tell them that, man, you got good energy. Thanks for coming out today. I feel better just being around you. Just connect with others. When you leave your house, get that movement going. What's the movement? From your head into your heart. So get that movement going.
From your head into your heart.
From your head into your heart. And so when you go out in public, what's going to happen when you're in your heart? You're going to connect. You're going to help people heal just by being you, just by them seeing that you love yourself.
And if you're in your head, you're going to think negative about everything.
Yes. Being in your head, obviously, does not work. If you look at the world today, being in our heads does not work. For connection, for peace, for love, we have to be in our hearts. That is the powerhouse. So ultimately, what I want to take from this message, we're going to be doing a few videos on the I Am Not Enough. We're going to be doing some interviews and just getting a feel. Let's get to the roots. The whole meaning of this podcast is we're going to talk about different subjects, but we're going to want to get deep on it and get to the root of it. Because healing, I could tell you all day, this isn't good for you, and give you advice and do all the stuff, the things that I've been through in my life that I've learned and everything else, but you have the answers for yourself. You know what feels good to your soul. And really what this podcast is about is connection, vulnerability, being real, and being open and really diving deep into the subjects that we're going to be talking about and finding the root, getting to the actual wound and healing that wound. And that's what's important, is actually taking those steps. Reflect, investigate, support each other, and then elevate from there. So now we know the problem. We know that we have this belief, I am not enough. How are we going to change that? How are we going to elevate? So next video, we're going to talk about some things that we did differently that helped us change our mindset. If anybody wants to comment below on ideas, things, questions, anything, we're here to connect. We're here to talk. We're here to dive into subjects that people want to talk about. Let's connect on it. Let's be real, and let's have a safe space to conversate and get to know what other people are feeling. Because I think the biggest problem is we feel so alone.
Yeah.
We feel so alone in this world, lacking connection, that we think nobody else is feeling the way we do. And then when we actually talk to somebody, you're like, wow, everybody feels like this. So I think it's about connection, supporting each other, and knowing that we're all in this together. So Sakna, Sarah, and this is going to be the Rise podcast. Today we talked about I am enough. What's the lesson? You are enough. You are loved. You deserve the very best life. So let's get to that belief system in your mind and in your heart, physical, mental, everything, knowing that you deserve love and you are enough. All right, so next podcast, we're going to discuss about what we did to change our belief systems, how we're going about that, different ideas on how to work on this belief and heal this wound. All right, subscribe below. Love you. You really don't have much to say on camera. Okay. He's got a ton to say off camera. Okay. All right. So you feel good. That's awesome. Remy, Rimster. This is my other son, Rimster. Here's the question: you don't deserve it, or do you feel confident in yourself and you love yourself enough that you don't care what people think, and that you feel like you're enough, that you deserve the best?
I don't like medium.
So you're kind of back and forth on it. So what's a situation that you can say makes you feel like you're not enough?
Because it's like sometimes when I'm doing something that's new, it's like I feel like I have to give up like every single time.
So you're not confident in trying new things because you're scared of failure. Universe, you're a sovereign being, you're worthy of love, and you are loved. Then anything you set out to do, you do it with all your heart. And you have no fear. Because you know anything you set out to do, you're going to do your best at it, and it's going to be awesome. Right? So that's choosing. That's making a choice. So here's another perfect example. Making a choice for I am enough. So every day when you start to feel I'm not enough, you have an opportunity to make a choice. Fear or love? Am I gonna accept fear right now in my life, or am I gonna act out in love? Am I gonna do it with all my heart, and I'm gonna come from love? Everything that comes from love, you can never go wrong with. What do you think about trying that? Instead of having fear, coming from a place of love. But I can do this. I'm gonna do my best with all my heart. I'm gonna put my heart into this, and it's gonna be awesome. Because I'm awesome.
And it's doing good.
Because I'm awesome, right? What do you think? Trying that?
That would be actually pretty good.
All right. All right, Ramster, give your peace sign. Peace sign. All right, let's do our namaste. Namaste means I recognize the light in you. The light in me and the light in you. Namaste. All right, another part of our podcast is the song of the day. So today we're going to sing one of my favorite songs, This Little Light of Mine. All right, get your head up here. You got your own mic? All right. Yeah. Okay, ready, guys? Am I recording? I think so. All right. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Always let your light shine. In the purple rain. Love that song. Oh shit, I didn't record that.